lonely out here. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the Commissioner Board and various Golden Nuggets. This is Bruce Patrson, Garwood, New Jersey. Reso 898 is a decreased change order for $81,000 for the Central Avenue Bridge construction in Plainfield. It's always good to hear decrease to help the taxpayers. Thank you about that. Reso 899 is giving CME Associates another $50,000, a 30% increase, which their contract is now $200,000 for professional services for Ashbrook Restoration Project. There's no project number listed, so which project is it? The golf course restoration work or the Ashbrook Swamp damage restoration work? Note CME has donated $150,000 in 4 years to you and your cronies' election campaigns. Reso 903 through 906 is approving pre-qualified list of architectural, engineering, construction management, and planning firms. An informative analysis could be done regarding the various firms' campaign donations to the commissioners and the cronies versus the amount of county work they receive. The residents of Berkeley Heights are presently doing this for their own town under the term gray money. Reso 912 is contracting out to DeSanto and Associates for appraisal services for a dilapidated property at 1819 Allen Street, Rawway. This small quarter-acre parcel could be a good fit to the adjacent county's Michael Beziga Conservation Park. As you reach out for an appraisal, you should be aware that in April of 2023, the Vlades bought the property for $200,000. Then 1.5 years later, in late December 2023, a Mr. Ammon Esquire of LAX Developments LLC bought it for $300,000, a 50% increase in 1.5 years. Now, not even 1 year has passed, and you're planning to purchase it. Mr. Ammon, as a lawyer with the LLC, may be acting as a straw man to someone behind the scenes. The public's great concern here is that our county will not fall prey to an inflated appraisal cost, nor pay more than the 2023 puffed-up cost created by Mr. Ammon, the alleged straw man. We are only buying the land and not the dilapidated home. This LLC should not be making a windfall off the taxpayer's dime. As stewards of our tax money during negotiations, the veil of the LLC should really be pierced as to who is behind this potential windfall that just may happen. Reso 916 is applying and executing a grant from the DEP for $20 million for the Clark Reservoir project. This certainly is good news towards the public's issue du jour. The Clark Reservoir Committee, wherever you are, is wondering if we are already promised this, or is this a shot in the dark? By the way, what is the name of the grant we are applying for? Reso 917 is awarding a contract for $25,000 to Colliers Engineering to provide hydro raking at Bryant Pond Summit. This is confusing. In 2022, you gave Colliers Engineering the contract for hydro raking professional services. T.R. Weniger did the pond work for about $300,000, and just last meeting, you gave him the final closeout amendment for his work completed. Now you are giving Colliers a second new contract for $25,000 for the same work, which was already complete. This really needs explanation for the public. And note, Colliers donated to your cronies' campaigns $36,000 in the last 4 years. General comments. You commissioners are our county leaders. There is a second public hearing in Clark regarding the county project at the Clark Reservoir, which could cost upwards of $40 million. There were 60 county residents in attendance with various grievances, and for a second time, not a single commissioner personally attended to hear the speakers and watch the room's reactions. Your lack of interest is really baffling. Just one commissioner could have gone as an information liaison from the meeting. This furthers the question as to why are there a total of 9 sitting county commissioners where maybe 5 or 6 sitting commissioners could easily do the public's business. Through the years, I've observed that apparently many commissioners and past freeholders, they had really no substance to the committees and meetings and are just considered dead wood to me. But we move on. Thank you.
Seeing no one else, I will formally close this portion of the meeting. I will call Director Polycate regarding Resolution 899.
Through you, Madam Chair, the Resolution 899 is the Ashbrook Restoration.
Thank you. County Manager Oman, could you please address Resolutions 912 and 916?
Sure, I will go in reverse order. 916, it was a line, I believe, item in the state budget. They called it a grant, so that is the paperwork that the state has given us and their language, so there's reflective of that. And for 912, that is exactly why we do an appraisal, to get a fair market value of that piece of property. And just to correct what Mr. Patrson said, we are actually have to buy the house as part of the property that comes as a package deal. But you're right, it is dilapidated, and we will probably be knocking it down if we do acquire that piece of land. Thank you.
Thank you. And Director Durbin Drake, could you please address Resolution 917?
Yes, thank you, Chair. This resolution will bring on board Colliers to do the professional services so that the board can complete the hydro raking of Bryant Pond.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to ask for a motion to adopt resolutions 20